Arsenal win the North London derby, and we're going to enjoy it, people. Like the video I dropped yesterday where I said, basically, F it. It's North London derby week. Let's get behind the team. That's how I feel very much about this win. We know that a lot of the same problems we had in terms of taking our chances, in terms of being clinical, in the final third, they were still there today, but not completely. I didn't think from a creative perspective we were bad at all. I thought that was a much, much, much better performance. But my critiquing of our finishing will lead to the end. If not, I might not even mention it, because like I said about the energy you've got to carry into games like this, when you win it, you just got to enjoy the moment. That's what we're going to do. I'm feeling like this guy over here. Can you... Oh, I tried to zoom in. It won't work. The Don. Okay, we are in the DR Sports studios. As you can see behind me, they're doing a live call-in. Who's on it, Hass, you said? Abby?
Abby KG.
Abby KG, there we go.
If you want to get on it.
Oh, I've been invited on. I might not.
There,
oh, wow. I've been invited on. Hey, listen, I think I'm just going to enjoy this match report. We'll see where we are. But look, everyone, you just got to enjoy North London derby wins. You just have to. There's in football, there's kind of a few tangible things. There's winning trophies. There's the community feel and the part it plays in your life. And then there's derbies. There's those games that no matter what, rivalries, derbies, that no matter what, it just means everything to you to win. And that's why on days like today, you just enjoy it. Were Arsenal perfect? No. But this was a much, much, much better performance. And I'm so glad I said this on the watch on. I just went, James, stick to your guns. Say what you're really thinking. Because, there was a lot of disappointment on the 25th minute when Son... Could he be closed down quicker? Could he be marked? Maybe, as the corner comes in, cross comes in. But it's a deflection. Brought off Partey Saliba, takes it past David Raya. And a lot of people are saying, it's just typical. We don't take our chances. Let me just make all my way across the field a bit. We don't take our chances. And next thing, we're 1-0 down, and it's just typical. It's just like all the other games. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think this is like all the other games. I thought we were way better in that first 25 minutes. Up to the Spurs goal, I thought, yeah, but we'll get chances. We're creating moments in transition. We're winning the ball high up the pitch. We're actually quite creative. We're finding balls at the back post with players in plenty of space for a first touch. We were accessing like the centre area, the D, zone 14, quite well. And I just wasn't that worried about the way we play. I was just disappointed that, again, it's just like another kind of, half-decent shot takes a deflection beyond Ryan. And we've seen that like 2, 3, 4 times this season. Yeah, that was kind of a disappointment from the first half. Otherwise, I was going, how have we not scored more? Now, Sterling's played through on goal by, I think it's Lewis Skelly, who, by the way, was sensational today. And my word, does he have the personality for these games too? That's why he's in the team. So just his technical quality, it's the personality he shows. With the ball, when we're 2-1 up, when we're 1-0 down, the personality, everything. We'll go through the players in a bit more detail in a sec, but let's just talk about the main moments. Lovely ball into Sterling. And look, he just doesn't have conviction. I think if there's one criticism about Havertz and Sterling I have, it's that they're not struggling to get into the right positions. They are. And I can't even criticise work rate. The biggest problem those two have is a lack of conviction. And you saw that when Havertz should have squared it, nicely into Sterling to make it 3-1 in the second half, and he didn't. Really poor pass. But again, we'll talk about those performances in more detail towards the end. I want to talk about the goals that got us back into it. And once again, look, we got to say it like we did with Man United, okay? There's another camera out, look at that. It wasn't a penalty for us against Man United. It wasn't a corner in this game. It wasn't. We need to acknowledge that. So we got a bit lucky. Jason! We've got to big up Jason. He's head of production here at DR Sports, big Arsenal fan. And I'm sure he's excited for the show tonight. Look, it wasn't a corner. This one went our way. Now, look, referees can get those ones wrong. I've got to say, I don't think it's like a match-defining moment. I know it leads to a goal, but I sort of think penalties and red cards are the ones you can get the most, or should have been red cards. They're the ones you get most annoyed about. At some point, it's like, look, we were lucky. I'm trying to make it sound worse than it, or less. Try and make it sound better than it was the decision. It was a bad decision, but there we go. We got a bit of luck on that one. But Gabriel's just unbelievable from these set pieces. And again, I want to dedicate more time to the players in a sec, but well played, and he deserves a real section. Then Trossard. And I thought Trossard was growing into the game more and more, but he was getting into good areas. And I think there was some frustration with some of his efforts because they were blocked or miskicked. But he was getting into dangerous areas. I actually thought some were actually just good blocks and Tottenham getting players in the way. but he strikes it really well on his left foot. And I think what he did, he looked up as, and let's give credit to everyone involved. Sterling was working back. Partey wins the ball off Basumi. He did that a lot in the first half. High on the press. He did really well, Partey. Into Ødegaard, who then looks at Havertz making a run. I don't think Havertz's runs were good all day. So he, outside of the boot, rolls it into Trossard. He's probably got more work to do, but he's also got more space to actually attack. As he gets in, he's driving towards goal. He just rolls onto his left foot. We know he's comfortable with both, and he strikes it across goal. Kinski, I think the goalkeeper is, the new signing for Spurs. Probably should have done better. He didn't, and we're 2-1 up. And look, you could say that probably all three of those goals shouldn't have stood, really. No, not stood. Shouldn't have been goals. On another day, Saliba and Partey get a more solid deflection, and Son's goal is in the back of the net. It wasn't a corner, and Kinski should do better. But it's 2-1, and, you know, football was raining goals, not just today, but this week. I mean, we saw 4 in the Brentford City game. We saw 4 at Stamford Bridge. So there we go. Lots of goals this week. What's that whole thing? Buy a lottery ticket and all that. So, second half was a case of us just basically defending it out really well. I actually can't really think of a great opportunity Spurs had, but what I did see was they went really attacking with Maddison, Kulusevski and Bergvall. You'd think that would really get them on the ball, but actually Arsenal did well up to about minute 75 to actually stay on the ball quite well, and actually the better chances were still coming our way, not just through transition, we're actually playing through them quite well. But we were going long at times, which was a bit frustrating, so we're asking Havertz to be an outlet, which he's struggling to be right now. And it was a case of the game being a bit more basketball-y, but you can't fault the work ethic from Timber, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Gabriel Saliba, all of them, you know. And Havertz, I thought, had a really poor game, though, still working hard. They all did. So, yeah, Ødegaard, much better today. So we may as well talk about the players now. But look, well done to the team for the work ethic and a significantly better performance. Against Newcastle Man United, what we did was we had chances because we are just a good team that will dominate plenty of the ball. But we didn't have good chances because we were particularly inventive. If it wasn't a corner of a cross to a back post, there wasn't really much on for us. In this game, though, much more central access, much more runs on the outside, inside. You know, the crosses were getting to people. And I just thought generally we looked a lot more inventive, a lot more open, and we were working shots better. Now, maybe it's because Spurs aren't that good defensively. But yeah, plenty of positives there. I think KG, how are we? Do you want to come say hi?
Harry Potter.
Just call me Harry Potter on my own match review.
Potter. Wait till my father hears about this.
We might have to wrap this up.
Happy though. You have to be happy.
I'm very happy. Say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone. He's happy.
I'm very happy. Man of the match for you, KG?
Man of the match. Skelly.
Lewis Skelly looked really good.
I can't believe what he did. That was,
Yeah.
You know, you want a youngster that does that.
Yeah.
You want a youngster that understands, and that was some shithousery.
Yeah.
Then that's 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
He
no.
get just for that alone, but he was really good.
Agreed.
Really
Well,
good.
that's a demonetized video. But let's leave them to it. They're about to do their show. Look, we'll wrap it up there. I just want to shout out Gabriel. Unbelievable today. Lewis Skelly, as KG said. Timber for another 90 where he had to come off the other night. By the way, KG, thanks for going easy on me after the result the other day.
Kind.
Yeah, you were nice about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had other people to go for. There we go. United fans, eh? Look, go tune into DR Sports now. Catch the live show.
Forever Arsenal, my favourite show.
There we go. And Forever Arsenal. Have you heard their impression of me? Let's not. Bye, everyone. Bye, KG. I had to move into another part of the office with another picture of Robbie. Bloody hell. I really... You know what? I was going to just upload it with just all the kind of nonsense in the background. But you know what? I had to talk about the players individually a little bit more and just go through the 11 quickly. For those that don't have much to say, I won't say much. I mean, David Raya did his job. Cross-collecting, superb. Well done. Timber, thank you. Just thank you from everyone in the Arsenal fan base for this shift that you're putting in right now. Because he was brilliant. From the press, on the ball. One moment in the first half, he gave the ball away a bit sloppily, but otherwise brilliant. Saliba, you're a joke. Gabriel, you're a joke. I mean, these two... Look, I'll keep saying it. I do think that's the best centre-back partnership in world football. I do believe that. I think the hype is justified. And I think, you know, they are a threat in and out of possession. I love them both. Gabriel is a, if not the leader of this team. I know Ødegaard wears the armband and leads in a different way. But Gabriel is... I think these players really, really lean on him for leadership, for setting a tone, for the big games and the big occasions. And I don't mean that to say that the players lack personality in any way. It's not that. But there's always got to be one. There's always got to be your guy who leads you into war. And I think Gabriel's that guy. And I just can't love him enough. What a player. Him and Saliba are the two best centre-backs I've ever seen at the Emirates. And you've got to remember, there are a lot of great centre-backs in Arsenal's history that I didn't get the pleasure to see. Lewis Skelly, I mean, you heard KG there. Unbelievable player. It's what he does to look after the ball. And it's his understanding of what the game needs. I think I'm repeating myself from what I said earlier in the video, but yeah, sensational. Ready for the occasion. And again, I think I mentioned that before. Partey, much better when we're pressing and we're on the front foot. On the back foot, I think he struggles to defend large spaces when teams are playing into those spaces. I think, you know, he's better, but he's better at doing what he did for that second goal, which is win the ball high up the pitch. Well done. I thought it was a good performance. Odegaard, much better today. Much more inventive in everything he did on the ball. Much more, much quicker decision making. Much better feet. Although he missed a big chance. And listen, between him and Havertz and Sterling, we've got to be doing better with those. Rice, brilliant. Up and down. Serious engine. Really good in possession. I think it will go under the radar how good he was in possession today. It's not a player rating, just very quickly. Trossard, obviously, with the goal, great. Marseille came on, did okay. Sterling tried, but lack of quality there, if I'm honest. And Kai Havertz is really struggling. I don't think this is a bad player, but I think this is really bad form. Really bad form. And I think if you swapped Havertz and Sterling for basically Saka, who we got, and Mbeumo, Vlahovic, Kudus, Gyökeres, anyone who we're linked with, I think we'll win that game 3 or 4-0. 3 or 4-1, and I think that's the difference. Is we're a well-coached side, and we looked far better coached in this game than we have in quite a few weeks now, probably since Brentford. Even then, it wasn't all that. Arteta, Josh Kroenke was at the game. Spend those funds so that the team can reflect the coaching and the ideas that are there, because I do believe they're there. But much better from Arteta, the team, and everyone involved. Big win. Enjoy, everyone. It's one to enjoy.